Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm bringing you this look. I actually used the Urban Decay Naked Cherry palette, which was very kindly sent to me by Mecca, so thank you to you guys. So I've created something super smoky, a little bit of a halo eye, spotlight eye, whatever you want to call it. But you know what, my last two looks have been super like colourful and bright. I really wanted to keep the drama but dull it down in tones. Does that make sense? If you guys are interested in hearing my thoughts on the Urban Decay Cherry palette, and if you want to see how I created this look, then stay tuned. Today I am wanting to film with the Naked Urban Decay Cherry palette. I was lucky enough to receive this palette in the mail yesterday thanks to Mecca. So beautiful. I'm thinking I want to do something super smoky. I'm not too sure if I want to do like a bit of a halo eye or I don't know. I'm really not sure. I think today we are just going to totally wing it. A really bad reaction to something. I'm not quite sure what. I don't know if it was something that I ate yesterday or I don't know, but I'm having a bit of a moment. So let's cover that up. To start off with, as always, I'm going to carve out my eyebrows with the Huda Beauty Overachiever Concealer. So if you're wanting to see how I filled my eyebrows in, then just check out my last video or the videos before that. Nothing's really changed. I'm just bringing that concealer down. Now going in with the Urban Decay Naked palette, and I'm first going to start off with the darkest shade in the palette. I'm going to stamp that in my crease area. I'm just wiggling the brush about. So I'm going to go all the way over to my inner corner. Take a little bit of a smaller brush and just really pack that into my inner corner. Also on the outer lid. Packing that colour on. You want it as dark as possible. Just going in with a MAC 217 brush and just diffusing those edges a little bit. I'm going to take the shade Devilish from the palette and just start to diffuse those edges all the way into the inner corner as well. I'm going to take the shade Bing. Keep diffusing those edges. And go back in with the shade Privacy just to give us some of that intensity back. And then blending out again. I'm going to take the shade Juicy from the palette and just go above all of that. Focusing the shade on the outer portions of the eye. Back in with Bing. I'm going to grab the Fenty highlighting powder in the shade Fire Crystal just to highlight our brow bone. And back in with our concealer. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a little halo moment, so not a cut crease, I'm going to go in with the Nars Skin Deep palette, and I'm going to take the shade, I'm going to take this shade here, this one right here, and then I'll just set that down. I'm going to go back into the Cherry palette and take the shade Young Love. Outer and inner. I think I'm going to go in with Bang Bang and pop that in the center. Now I'm going to go back into Devilish. And into Privacy, just to deepen up these edges. Just want this to blend so nicely together. And going back in with Young Love. Now just taking the Huda Beauty Melted Matte Shadow, and I'm going to take the shimmery side, so it's called Froyo. I'm just going to pop that on the very center of the lid. Just a really small amount because these do crack everywhere. So also just taking the NYX Glam Liner in the shade Pink. Basically just going to draw this on. Now I'm just going to go in with the Ingot 77 Black Gel Liner. I don't think I'm going to do a wing. I think I'm just going to line the top lid. Smoke out that liner with a little bit of black eyeshadow. I think that is so much better, so much more just defined. I feel like it's just defined the eye a little better. Now that I look like I have been absolutely punched in the face, I'm going to start on my skin. So I also received from Mecca yesterday this Nars Super Radiant Booster. Essentially, it's a liquid highlight. But you can use it all over the face under your foundation, mix it in with your foundation, or use it as a highlighter by itself. Today I'm actually going to use it as a primer. I'm just taking a bloop of this on a Real Techniques, I don't know, buffing brush. I'm just going to pop this all over my face. Oh, it's so pretty. I'm excited to see what this does for my foundation as well. Like if you're still going to be able to see that nice glow peek through. It doesn't really have a smell. To go with the dewy vibes of our primer, I'm also going to use the Dew You foundation by Too Faced. Really like the foundation, but the smell of it just, I'm so over it. Like, it almost puts me off wanting to pick it up. I wonder if I should have used like a matte foundation to see how it performs. Put that on the forehead. Oh. I don't want to do too many layers just because my skin is quite sore today and I want it just to still be able to breathe a little bit. Now just concealing under the eye area with the Huda Beauty Overachiever Concealer in the shade Coconut Flakes. Oh, I really hope that my eyes let me put eyelashes on. Been so good for me lately. So it definitely was about time for me to have a bit of a flare, unfortunately. Setting that concealer in place with the Huda Beauty Easy Bake powder. Just lightly dusting the rest of the face with my Maybelline Fit Me powder. Just coming back into our lower lash line, I'm going to take the same 77 Ingot gel liner and pop that through my waterline. Taking a black shadow and a shader brush, I'm going to smoke that out. Then going back into the Cherry palette, I'm going to take the shade Privacy first. Then the shade Devilish. Just with a larger fluffy brush, I'm going to take the shade Juicy and run that underneath to really make sure that is all super smoked out. To the rest of my face, I'm going to bronze with obviously Hoola, Ride or Die. Hitting the forehead. So that's the first time that I have ever actually used Urban Decay eyeshadows. Is that crazy? Probably my only issue with the Cherry palette is that it didn't have a black and it didn't have like a super standout like pale shimmer shade either. For blush, just to stick with the Urban Decay theme, I'm going to take their Afterglow 8 Hour blush in the shade Rapture. I think that shade matches the eyes really well. And then for highlight, just going back in with Fire Crystal by Fenty. So I'm also just going to put some of that Fire Crystal on our inner corner. For lips, I'm just going to take Huda Beauty liquid lipstick in the shade Jet Setter. Oh, I don't know if it's going to match. Oh well. And this is the finished look. I just went and stuck some eyelashes on just to give a little bit more drama. Obviously it's totally not necessary and I will absolutely be ripping them off as soon as I've finished filming. Definitely really enjoyed the Urban Decay Cherry palette. I thought the pigmentation was amazing, the way it blended was amazing, and the way the colours just like gelled together was so good as well. I said before, my only issue would probably be is that it doesn't have a black, doesn't really have like an outstanding shimmer colour either, like a pale one, something that you could use for like a brow bone or inner corner highlight. This lip colour, not really 100% sure about it. It's on now and I can't be bothered to take it off, so I hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you learned something new from it. I will leave all the products that I use down below in the description bar, and I'll also leave where you guys can follow me on my other social media platforms. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you in my next video.